Hello, 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 hello. It's that time of the evening again, where we all get together and bend in some really awkward ways. No, so today is back to basics. So last few sessions we've done some really intense poses, I suppose you could say. So what we're going to do is just bring it back a little bit, just go over some of the basic yoga poses. Not that any of them are basic, obviously, depending on if you've got any illnesses or injuries, you'll struggle in different poses, different positions. But these are kind of the ones that you will come across more regularly in a yoga session, a bit like your bread and butter in yoga. So you may not need any props, cushions, but you might. You just might. A few of them are standing, some are sitting. We're going to start off on the floor though, so I can see that you guys can see me, so that's okay. And then I might need to adapt the screen when we come into standing, or I'll just move back off my mat. But to start with, we're going to start in seated position. So just cross your legs, whichever way is comfortable for you. And yes, then swap. Because what we tend to do is favour one side. So we always tend to favour one side over the other. So to get a bit of balance back into the body, that's why I encourage you to swap over. We're going to bring our awareness to yoga. So we're going to start the practice with just some breathing. And we're going to do some, it's going to be weird, but we're going to do some nostril breathing, okay? We're going to do it in a seated pose, and that's just to allow us time to bring ourselves into our yoga practice, to allow for the fact that we're going to be here and we're going to be practicing yoga, but nothing else going on outside actually matters. This is where we are, this is what matters at this moment in time. So from your seated position, you have a nice tall back. Now again, if you need a cushion underneath your buttocks, or you need the block underneath your buttocks to help you stay upright, that's absolutely fine. And all we're going to do is alternative nostril breathing. So kind of goes a little bit, I need to get it up now, like this. I was working on this the other day. It's called Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. So Pranayama is the breath, the life force, breathing life force, and the Nadi Shodhana is the position that we use. So you're going to take your index and your middle finger, and you're going to pop them on the space between your eyebrows, and then you're going to block one of your nostrils with your ring finger. So say, for example, if we take the right hand first, so index, middle finger between your eyebrows, then with your ring finger, you're going to cover the left nostril, and then just rest this finger on your cheekbone, and you can do whatever you want with you. I'm going to sound really funny. So now that I've got in this position, I'm going to drop my hand down so that you can hear me. So with your hand like that, all you're going to do is you're going to breathe in through the right nostril. So you're going to, with your fingers where they were, you're going to breathe in. And then you're going to swap. So you're going to hold it with your thumb and breathe out through the left nostril. But you're going to do it 3 times. Then you're going to breathe in. And then you're going to breathe out through just the left nostril. Okay, so if you've got lots of bogies up your nose, I suggest you quickly run and get a tissue so that we can do this. So we'll do it together, and then we'll swap and do it we'll then do it the other side. So we'll be doing it this way. Okay, so 2 fingers, ring finger over the nostril. We're going to breathe in through the right nostril, and then out through the left nostril only. Then breathe in through both, then out through the left nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril, out out through the left. Again, in through the right nostril. Out through the left. Relax your hands down. It's really weird. Now we're gonna, it's not weird. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It feels really weird. But obviously it was to help people bring their awareness into their body, into their space that they were going to be to do their yoga practice. So there's different types of breath work that you can do. But I just thought we'd practice this one because we're going to do it on Sunday when we do some yoga for our face. So we're going to go the other side. So index finger and middle finger in between your eyebrows. And this time we're covering the right nostril and we're breathing through the left. So we're going to breathe in. Cover the left, breathe out through the right. Take a breath through both. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the left. Out through the right. One more time, in through the left. Out through the right. And then drop your hands down onto your knees. And we're just going to take 5 big breaths in and out of both nostrils. So no mouth breathing, just nostril breathing. So you can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open, whichever is best for you. We're going to breathe in. Out. And just open your eyes and just return your breath to normal. So the hope with that breathing is, like I said, it just brings you into your practice area. So your mind and your body is focused as one on yoga. Prepare you, get rid of the stresses of the day and get you into being here. So from this position, all we're going to do is come over into a child's pose. I'm just going to be there for a couple of minutes, just a gentle stretch. Now you can either have your hands here as before, or here, and just drop your forehead to the floor. Now in this stretch, it's just a gentle awakening of the body. So we're just nicely loosening up all of the limbs, nice stretch in the back there. If you can't get your cushion, if you can't get your buttocks down far enough to your feet for you to feel supported, then get your block or get your cushion and just pop it underneath there, and that'll give you some support. Or again, if you feel like it's too much on your knees, you can always put a cushion underneath, or even like you should all still be in child pose, but even a technique we were taught in another yoga class was just to fold your mat and pop your knees on there, which is actually quite good if you're doing a lot of seated work. That helps protect the knee. Now this is also a nice calming pose. It's designed as one of those kind of restful poses. So that's why it's put a lot in between movements in yoga sessions. As well as it giving you a nice stretch, it also helps to calm the body and calm the mind and give you a chance to catch your breath, catch your energy, and harness and use that for the next round of movements that you're going to be doing. So you'll often find it used dotted throughout yoga practices. Okay, from this position, I'm just going to come up onto our hands and knees. So I'm just going to straighten out my mat. And we're just going to go into a tabletop. So your knees should be the same width as your hips, and they should also be underneath your thighs. So if they're like this, that's too much. If they're like this, that's too much. They need to be in line. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Again, you don't want them too far forward, you don't want them too far in, you don't want them too far out to the side. Everything should be in alignment, giving you nice angles if you were to draw some straight lines. And then we just have very gentle drop of that back and a slight lifting of the tailbone, just to kind of give your back a straight edge. And I've got a jump on as well. But you're needing to drop your shoulders a little bit, so you still bring your shoulder blades towards each other, just a little bit. Just holding that head strong. Now this can be sometimes a bit difficult on the wrists. Not everybody can do this on the wrists, so you could do it, if you can't have your wrists underneath, you could do it on your hands, so on your knuckles like this. You obviously don't get the same straightening of the back, but the general principles are the same. Or even if that is too much, you can bring them in, just lean back a little bit. You won't get the same stretch on any of your other muscles. But if you just drop your shoulders back, hold on to those knees, you get a similar stretch in the shoulder blades. It just takes the pressure off of those hands. Or you could always use cushions or blocks. We're just going to be here just for about another 45 seconds. I just want you to focus on your breathing. So just doing that nice breathing in and out. Try and regulate that breathing so your breath in is the same as your breath out. For 10 more seconds. Okay, on the next in-breath, we're just going to take it into a cow. So we're going to cat-cow now. We're going to do 30. So don't forget, 1 and 1 is one full round of cat-cow. So don't do 1, 2, 3, 4, because you'll have to count. Well, you can, but you'll have to count 60. But if you do 1 and 1, then that's one full movement. Okay. So you're going to, from here, you can take an in-breath. Arch the back, lift the buttocks, head goes up. We're going to exhale and we're going to bring that all in. Arch that back, drop the buttocks, shoulders are stretched. In your next in-breath, we're going to go again. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. Really want you to emphasize your movements if you can. Building up a bit of heat with these movements. So obviously if you're breathing at different times, then, you know, you're going to go either quicker or slower. The only thing I would say is try and have your movements steady. So you're not jerking. You're not going too fast. But you should be at least halfway through by now. You also close your eyes when you're doing this. Just really focus on the breath. Really focus on bringing heat into that body. Okay, you should probably be at 30 by now. I'm just going to do one more. And then just bring your breathing back to normal. Lean off those wrists or just shake them. The other one. Just gently move them backwards and forwards. Curl your toes under. And from here we're going to go into downward dog. So on your in-breath, we're going to rise up. Okay. So when you're ready, now remember, the purpose is not always to have your heels on the floor. It's more about your arms. So your head should be going between your arms. And you're pushing down. So you are pushing backwards, but you're getting your head right down in between the arms. You're getting your shoulders down as well. I'm going to hold this for 3 more breaths. Focus on that breath. And we're just going to walk those feet in. And just ragdoll. So slight bend in the knee with the ragdoll. Again, this is another one of those kind of relaxation poses or restful poses that gets used quite often during yoga. So, now that you've all gained your breath, we're going to take a twist from here. So we're going to keep the knees slightly bent. We're literally just going to do a simple twist. We're going to take our left hand to the outside of our right ankle. We're just going to lift up with our right arm. And then you're going to look over where your arm's going. So I'm going to step backwards so you can see my hand. Come off my mat. So we're like this. And it's not so much whether or not you can get to the floor or get to your ankle. It might only be here. That might be all that you can do. It's more about the actual twist through the middle. You're really pushing that shoulder back. You're really dropping that left one down, but try not to bring this shoulder up to meet your ear. It's really weird talking upside down. Just gonna hold this here. Put the arm down slowly. Just go back into ragdoll. I'm just going to turn around. And you're going to stay where you are. I'm going to turn around. So back in ragdoll. And again, ragdoll is not about getting your hands down to the floor. It's just about just being a bit more relaxed here. Gonna take our right hand to the outside of our left ankle, keeping our knees bent. Just gonna lift the left arm up and looking over that shoulder. Now you might find that you don't have as much give in one side compared to the other, and that's absolutely fine. What I should have said, sorry, when we were doing it the other way, is if the stretch is too much, you can always just use a block and just hold yourself up. Just using that, or even just hand on the side. It kind of reduces the stretch a little bit. But if you are okay, then we're about here. Try and keep both legs even, because what we'll have is a tendency for the right leg to drop, or when we're the other way, the other leg to drop. But we don't want that to happen. We're twisting with the upper body as opposed to with our hips. Okay, so just drop that arm down. Go back into a ragdoll. I'm going to come back onto my mat. So we're here. We're going to take our hands behind us, keeping our legs bent. And we're just going to literally sweep them behind and then just lean forward. Stretch those arms up. So you're bringing the shoulder blades together. Make sure that the shoulders are not coming up to meet the ears. They want to be up. And then we're leaning over. Now again, this is another one of those that if it's too much, just have your hands here. Or if you're finding it difficult being in this position, just rest here. Like that. That'll be fine. These plaits are getting on my nerves. Relax your arms down. And just take hold of the front of your legs. Straighten those knees just a little bit. Now if you can touch the toes or touch the floor, that's fine, wherever you are. Just try and get a bit more of a straightening in those legs. Take your right hand behind the bottom of your right calf. Left hand behind the bottom of the left calf. Try and straighten your legs again just a little bit more, and then just pull yourself forward. You're pulling your arms out to the side. You're just leaning forward. Now this is quite a strong stretch all the way down the hamstrings and even across the lower back. So if that's too much, just hold on up here behind the knees and just pull in a little bit more. You get more bend if you need it in the knees. Excuse my clippy knees. Or you can straighten up a bit more and bend over, whichever is working for you. So for the next 2 breaths, all I want you to do is as you breathe out, I want you to try and pull yourself in a little bit more. Might only be a millimetre, might even be a nanomillimetre, I don't even know if that exists, but just the tiniest, tiniest amount. So you breathe in, and as you breathe out, bend into that stretch even more. You breathe in again, and as you breathe out, breathing, bending into that stretch even more. Then try and hold for a breath, and then release. And down. Okay. Come back up. Slowly walk your hands up your legs. I'm going to step back here so you can see me. Walk up to you standing. And then just bring hands together in your thumb. Both thumbs into your heart center. Legs should all be in line. So your ankles, your knees, hips, everything in one line. And we're just here, nice and tall. Tuck the tailbone. Lifting up your crown. Wearing that crown with pride. Tall through the neck and the back. Your shoulders are dropped. Just focus on your breath. We're going to do 5 sides here. So we'll breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, sigh out. Return your breath to normal. And your in-breath, sweep your hands up to the side and up. I'm going to hit my light. And I'm just going to bend and do a back bend. Sorry, I need to find a new place to do these tall ones because all I'm doing is hitting my light. So we're coming out to the side, arms coming out to the side and up, and then we're just back bending, trying to drop those arms down as much as you can. Really strong on the core. Now, if that's too much of a stretch, you can hold your back, but have your fingers closed so that you're actually cupping your back and supporting it. Or just lean back and hold onto the front of your legs. But if you can do it, we are here and then back here. Breathe in, and then breathe out and drop over into ragdoll. Just release that tension on your back. We're going to do another back bend, but I'm just moving forward again so you can see me and hear me because somebody said that they couldn't quite hear things properly. So I'm just a bit conscious of being too far away from the microphone. So from the ragdoll, we're going to take the in-breath and then bend it back. Holding it for about 4 breaths. And then over. So breathing out, back into ragdoll. Okay. Just catch your breath in ragdoll. Now, because I'm at this end of my mat, we're going to be taking our legs separated into a lunge. Because I'm here, I'm going to go with my right leg first. Can do it the other way around, just when we swap sides, just remember to do the opposite side again. Okay, so from our ragdoll position, Just going to walk our hands up, and then we're going to stretch front leg out. Take the back leg as far as you can. You're going to come down into a low lunge, but that knee is not to touch the floor. You're just holding it off the floor. Now this might be all that you can do in this position. Just holding it here, absolutely fine. But we are going to take it through a couple of steps in this position. So first of all, with very low lunge, with our hands on our knees. Now, your knees should be above your ankle, and everything should be nice and straight. We're just here. Just going to hold that for a few breaths. And then we're going to drop the right hand to the outside, which gives us a bit of stability. You're going to lift the left arm up. Now, if you can't do this, if you can't get over, again, that's not a problem. Just pop both hands here. You can even untuck your toes and drop on your knees. It will still give you a stretch, but there's less balance going on in this one. You're a lot more supported. But again, if that's too much, just bring that knee in a little bit. Just be here. That's absolutely fine. But if you are, okay, you're still in that position, just twisting again. And dropping down. Bringing your arms back up to your knee. And you're just going to come back. Back over. Bring that leg behind you. Into a downward dog. And then bring, for me, the left leg forward. But for you guys, it's the opposite side, if you didn't do the same as me. So, centre yourself. Knee is above your ankle. Nice and supported. You're as low as you can go whilst being supported. Just come to here. Really puffed today. It's because I've got all these clothes on. I'm very sweaty. It's a good job you guys can't see me properly. The steroid tablets that I'm on for my illness make me very, very sweaty. Okay, remember we're going to drop down, so we're going to take our left hand or whatever one you've got to the outside. And we're just going to twist. Don't forget, if you're doing the adaptations, you might just be here. You might be here with a twist, or you might just be here. That's absolutely fine. Hands down. Back up onto the knees, and just a slow. Oh, legs are aching now. Ready, last bit, last back bend. 4 breaths. Move forward. Bring that leg back. Oh. Downward dog. Onto your knees. Untuck your toes. Oh. And rest. Okay. I'm just going to swing our legs round. I'm going to counteract all those big stretches that we've just done. So, nice and tall, toes up towards you. Just going to lean forward. Try and lean towards our knees. Now you may need to have your knees up here. You can lean forward. Or if you can hold onto your toes and just drop down just a little bit, that's fine. Try bending those elbows a bit. Come back up. Swing around to the side. So you've got your left leg at your side. And your right leg is in front of you, like this. And we're up nice and tall still. Still nice and tall. Just focus on your breathing. Try and keep centered on those hips. Don't be leaning all the way over. Just 5 breaths here. Stretch those legs out. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you bend back over them. Bring the right one to the side. The left one in front. Right up in that groin. Bring yourself up nice and tall again. Squaring off those hips so they're not slumped over. Just 2 more breaths here. Bring this foot around. Back into seated. And then just forward fold over those seated legs. Come back up. Cross the legs over the other way. And again, just a forward fold. Now, because I kind of know the people that are coming on most of the weeks, I don't tend to always say what the adaptations are, but obviously, just you might need this under your buttocks or in front of you. You can just pop it there and then just go down and rest your forehead, or even that way and rest your forehead. If you need to, cushions, blankets to support your legs in any way, whatever works for you. But if you're okay, just arms down, you're bending over. See, I'm not getting all the way down, but I can hold the pose. If I was really struggling to hold the pose, then I would have the block, and I would do it that way. Okay, so we have one more pose, and then we're going to go into Shavasana. But the next pose is on our back anyway. So if you get your blanket and your cushion, and we can kind of get into the corpse pose and into Shavasana. and get ourselves prepared. Bend your knees. And we're going to lift the right foot up. So I'm going to move my blanket so you can see. And then we're going to cross it over the knee. Hold on. Push that out. We're not actually going to do any more than that. Just going to be in this position. I'm trying to keep both hips on the floor. Moving that knee out. So it kind of be like this if it was relaxed. And we're just popping our hand there, just pushing it. But you might not be able to push it that far. Not a problem. Now I'm not going to put it down. We're going to bring both legs up, hug them in. Now we're going to drop that one down. Left across the right. And push that out. Okay, again, bring both legs up, hug them in. Then we're going to straighten them down for Shavasana. Bring them down. Just get yourself cozy. There's been a lot of focus on the breath today. We're going to take that through into Shavasana. So, pop your hands on your abdomen. And when you breathe in, you're going to lift your abdomen up. You're going to lift those hands up. So you should be able to see a physical rise. And then when you breathe out, you're going to drop that all the way down. And then breathe in again. And then out. So this time, take a really deep breath in. Hold it. And as you breathe out, you're going to push your navel, or not push, but you're going to look as if you're pushing that navel up towards your lungs. So you should feel like it might be tucking in a little bit here. Breathe in again. Hold that breath. And then just sigh that out. Just allow your hands to drop. And breath to come back to normal. So with your breath, as you're breathing in, I just want you to stretch your legs just one last time. With each in-breath, moving those legs. And the arms. And then the last one is just through the neck. You've got a nice gentle stretch and then relax. Now in this position, I want you to become aware of the energy inside your body. And I want you to visualize that energy. It could be as waves moving throughout your body, or as light traveling, or even a pulse, gentle humming sound. Whatever seems right for you, visualize that energy coursing through your body. I want you to use that energy to guide your mind to any areas of your body that may feel a little extra stress, or like they've been stretched just a little too much, or that they could do just a little bit more TLC. And then I'd like you to direct your in-breath to that area of your body. As you're breathing in, and you're directing your breath to that area, I want you to imagine this energy is mixing with your breath, and it's just helping to heal and relax, not just the entire body, but especially the area that you're feeling that extra tension in. I want you to gently open the jaw, just a small amount. Just ensures that the jaw and the neck are relaxed. And then just allow your mind to wander. Whatever thoughts come into your mind, don't scrutinize them, don't question them. Just acknowledge that they're there and allow them to move on. If you feel you're getting stuck in a thought or a feeling, focus back on your breathing. And slowly, just become aware of your body. Wiggle those toes. Wiggle those fingers. Do some circles with your wrists and your ankles. And we're just going to stretch our arms up and over our head, keeping your eyes closed. Leaving your arms in that position. Bring one knee up, bring your arms down, pull that knee into the chest. Breathe in, arms back up to the top, leg down. And the other side, knee up, arms down, hug it in. Without letting both go. And bring both knees up and hug them into yourself. Have a wiggle. A little rock from side to side. And then drop over to one side. Just pop your hands under your cheek. Now, keeping those eyes closed still, you're going to come back up to seated. Palms together, thumbs to heart center. A smile on your face. Slowly blink those eyes open. So from my heart to yours, namaste. So, hopefully you enjoyed that one. I've already kind of got the next lot of sessions planned. Not completely planned, but I know what I'm going to be doing. So the next one's going to be working on yoga for migraines. Excuse me, I'm tired now. Yoga for migraines, and then the one after that we're going to be doing some face yoga. So it's going to be good. It includes a bit of tapping and some stretching. So yeah, so we're going to do that. The one with the face yoga, now there's not a lot that goes into face yoga. There's not that many poses. So I'm going to do the face yoga, and then we'll have a meditation session at the end of that. So we will still have our time. It will just be that we'll do like more of an actual meditation session. So it'll be the bit of the face and then the meditation at the end. But that's on Sunday anyway. So I love you all, and I will see you then. Mwah. Look after yourself and stay safe.